Hey everybody, how's it going? Josh here, and today we're going to talk about the Eternals. Now, we know the Eternals movie is upcoming, and an interesting thing actually, kind of originally an idea sparked from Christopher Mark here at HN. He originally kind of mentioned something along the lines of Eternals being a property that could properly integrate and introduce the MCU's version of the X-Men and I guess mutants as a race. And it's a really interesting idea really, because we know the Eternals movie will be released in late 2020, so I guess you could say the Eternals will be formally joining the MCU in late 2020. At the same time, it's interesting for like a release date because Marvel will, from what we know at least, formally regain the rights to the Fox properties in 2019. So this could theoretically allow the Eternals to become one of the first MCU movies to fully introduce, explore, develop, go into, whatever you want to call it, for characters, especially the cosmic ones that Fox held, ranging all the way from like Annihilus to Galactus, Silver Surfer, the Phoenix Force. It goes on, the list almost goes on forever in certain ways, especially for the cosmic characters. Almost any cosmic character really from the Marvel mythos could be explored, from the Phoenix Force to the Galactus, like I said before, because this movie takes place far in the past and characters like Galactus and the Phoenix Force, they were around from the beginning of the universe. So you could easily make the argument that they're alive, they're active, they're doing whatever they're doing before present day MCU. And it's also really cool because we get the Celestials, who we know were very active. And the Celestials as a whole in the MCU are kind of complicated right now, because while we did see traditional Celestials in Guardians of the Galaxy, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, James Gunn made Ego a Celestial. And since Ego isn't obviously like a traditional Celestial, it kind of makes the Celestials not necessarily 100% what we thought they were going to be, from the comics at least, with regards to their interpretation to the MCU. Although it is possible there's two different classes of Celestials. So Ego actually kind of hinted at this in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but it's possible that Ego is a lower tier race of Celestials, while the Celestials we saw wield the Power Stone in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 are like the top tier, basically the real deal Celestials. It's important to know that these characters were in the past and they relate to the Eternals, because not only did their manipulation of human DNA make the Eternals, but it made the mutants as well. So definitely in an Eternals movie, while explaining how the Eternals came to be, you can explain potentially the XGene. It's really cool because, like I said before, the Celestials were first seen in Guardians of the Galaxy, so not only do we know they're around, but we know they've been around for a very, very long time, especially because Nowhere is the head of an Eternal. So definitely that type of thing could be set up, and who knows, maybe we'll actually see the origin of Nowhere in the MCU, because I doubt the MCU is going to introduce the symbiote god. At this point, I doubt Sony's gonna even give any Venom stuff up anymore. It's really cool because, like I said before, the Eternals can really establish not only the X-Gene but metahumans in the MCU in ways that the Marvel TV shows at least kind of tried doing with the Inhumans and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. shows, which kind of failed miserably because I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. maybe did a little too much when they did the whole fish oil thing with the Terrigen crystals, and obviously Inhumans was a blunder. Those shows are probably going to be ignored for all of eternity, even though I do think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't a bad show. It kind of started slow, but it got a lot better. Definitely the whole concept of enhanced genes in humans, the whole metahuman thing, that can really be explored, and that could be something that really starts from the Eternals movie, and then after the Eternals movie introduces that concept, we might get further metahumans in future films. You can either do X-Gene, you don't have to do X-Gene, you can do something entirely different, like I said before, descendants of Eternals. But the most important thing here is that we have a clear-cut way of really introducing the Eternals, and also at the same time with their introduction, introducing properties from the Fox universe. I guess not Fox universe, but Fox properties that are now going to become Marvel properties. So it's kind of the best of both worlds here. We get a clear-cut connection to the mutants, and with the Eternals, like I said before, you can introduce not only mutants, but how the mutants came to be. So in introducing the Eternals, you introduce the X-Gene. And also at the same time, in introducing the Eternals, which is a very cosmic race, you introduce abstracts. You can introduce the Phoenix Force. You can introduce Galactus to the MCU. I mean, the opportunities, like I said before, are almost endless. So comment below your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think the Eternals will be used in this way to set up the X-Men? Do you think they'll be used to set up any Fox property being integrated into the MCU? Comment below your guys' thoughts, and we'll see you guys later.